A beautiful night in New York from Belson Stadium on the campus of St. John's. We open match week 11 in MLS NEXT Pro, and a good one. Two teams peaking in the MLS NEXT Pro Eastern Conference. It's New York City FC welcoming Chicago Fire. Good evening, Matt Peterson with you. Great to be here. Two teams in good form, winning each of their last two games. For the home side, New York City scoring quite a few goals as of late, and they'll try to keep that going. As of late, outscoring opponents 8-2 in its last two games. Chicago, meanwhile, has won two in a row. Most recently, 2 weeks ago, beating FC Cincinnati 2-1 at home after defeating Orlando 5-1. So both teams scoring goals. We'll see if that continues as we open up match week 11 MLS NEXT Pro on this Friday night. Matt Pilkington's been in charge of New York City FC 2 for 4 seasons. Here is his lineup. The Jamaican already 7 goals to his name, just 17. He's up front. That is Seymour Reed, Elias, Carrizo, and Arojave. Very exciting 3-set underneath Seymour Reed. Molinari and Lim are the holding midfielders. Baera, McCamey, Murray, and Teo across the back. Alex Rando is the goalkeeper for Matt Pilkington and New York City FC. For Chicago, just one away win in 4 games this season. They have conceded 11 times in those 4 games. Here's how it looks. Jason Shukaluk up front, Bolts on the right, Casano's on the left, Williams, Holyute, and Fleming in midfield. Reynolds, Konings, Doof, and Sudan across the back. Patrick Lose, the goalkeeper, gets another start. He's played every minute this season. 6 substitutes away for the away side, Chicago, and Matt Kovic, the head coach. We have a busy match week 11 in MLS NEXT Pro. And we look at tomorrow, just one game. Chattanooga hosting New England. Sunday, 5 games on tap. Inter Miami visiting Philadelphia. Columbus hosts New York Red Bulls. FC Cincinnati is at Crown Legacy. Colorado welcomes the town, and North Texas will visit Tacoma. 2 next week, beginning Wednesday, Real Monarchs hosting Portland. Vancouver travels to Minnesota, and then 3 on tap a week from tonight. Next Friday, Red Bulls hosting Atlanta, Crown Legacy at Toronto FC, and Austin welcomes in-state rival Houston Dynamo. The team's getting loose. Chicago trying to find their road form. They have had no problem scoring goals this season. 9 different goal scorers. They've only scored 4 times in 4 road games while conceding 11 times. They should be rested. Last game came 2 weeks ago. They beat FC Cincinnati at home by a 2-1 scoreline after a 5-1 win against Orlando the week prior. New York City playing its 3rd straight home game. 4-1-1 at home. They've controlled this recent series against Chicago, winning twice and drawing once last year, outscoring Chicago 8-4. A high-flying team, New York City FC. Most goals scored, most goals conceded, most games played in the Eastern Conference. And the goalkeeper is getting loose. New York City knows how to score at home. 15 goals scored in 6 home games this season. But the recent series favors New York City. They've won or tied 5 in a row against Chicago. The teams exchanging pleasantries. Perfect day for soccer at St. John's. Afternoon kickoff, 4 o'clock Eastern time.
Beginning in goal, number 44, Alex Rando. Defender, number 38, Drew Baera. Defender, number 23, Max Murray. Defender, number 73, Colin McCamey. Defender and captain, number 68, Christopher Tiao. In the midfield, number 71, Peter number 78, Evan Lim. In the midfield, number 47, Jacob Arroyave. In the midfield, number 42, Piero Elias. In the midfield, number 29, Maximo Carrizo. And at forward, number 74, Timor Reed.
We are set for kickoff. New York City in white, Chicago in red. Beautiful day for soccer here in Queens, New York. 60 degrees. And this Friday afternoon kickoff, a good breeze blowing. First meeting of the season. New York City unbeaten in its last 5 meetings over the last few seasons with Chicago. Both teams have won their last 2 games. Chicago playing for the first time in 2 weeks after having the weekend off. Here we go from Belson Stadium. New York City hosting Chicago. Both these teams scoring recently. 7 goals his last 2 games for Chicago. Can they bring that goal scoring form away from home? Speaking with Matt Pilkington, 4th-year head coach of New York City, about the goals and the goals conceded. Transitional moments are key. Possession key. Taking care of the ball. Avoiding the transitional moments for the opponent is key for New York City. Drew Byer, the homegrown right back, in possession here. Max Murray, 6'5", won a national championship at Vermont last season. Drafted by New York City, the 6'5" center back builds out of the back. Byer, that's clever. Byer is in. Byer has 2 options to his left. It's Byer, centers it, and it's wide. Great build up this right side off a clever back heel. Drew Byer, the homegrown player, had so much space up the right channel. Watch this flick. So well done from Jacob Arroyave. Byer tried to find the near post runner. Well defended there by John Alfadouf, who did just enough to make the shot difficult. Patrick Lowe's building out of the back. 17-year-old goalkeeper in his third season with Chicago Fire 2. Diego Konings, native of the Netherlands, captain today, partnering it. John Alpha Doof as the center backs. Here's Doof on the ball. Trip Fleming, 20-year-olds, with the long diagonal switch. Justin Reynolds trying to latch onto it. Could not keep it in play. Throw into New York City. Matt Pilkington in our chat this week told me this group is still evolving. A lot of movement between the New York City first team and this second team. Like many coaches, they're still working for continuity and consistency and balancing that depth. Last Thursday, New York City beat Toronto FC 3-0. He said the score line was a bit flattering for New York City. It was a pretty even game. At Pilkington's side took its chance as well, scored in the rare moments they had. And Toronto FC had more of the ball but could not break through. Here's a throw in, well defended by Doof. Here come New York City off to the turnover. Turn on the edge of the box. Clearance rolls back to the goalkeeper, Patrick Lowe's. Now is Peter Molinari trying to turn at the edge of the box. 16-year-old, second team player, part of the 09 age group. High press here from New York City. Konings. New York City wins it in a good spot. Arjave, good vision, wide right. And there is the opener. Maximo Carrizo, just 17, clinical finish with his left foot. And inside 5 minutes, New York City has the lead. Bit of a chess match with the press for New York City. They probed, they waited their spots. It was a long first touch. Good pressure from Arojave, and it's so quick here from New York City. Arojave picks up the unmarked Carrizo. 2 touches onto his left. He picks up his 3rd goal in 7 appearances this season. A lot of hype and expectation for Maximo Carrizo. He signed age 14 3 years ago on his 14th birthday. Youngest signing in MLS history. Now in his 3rd season in MLS NEXT Pro. That's his 5th goal in 48 appearances. New York City still pushing for another. Immediately after score, and they push 5 in the attack. Top of the box. And the pass a little heavy that time from Arojave. And New York City, 22 goals in 11 games, 2 goals per game, but 25 conceded. Love scoring goals at home. 15 goals in 6 home games before today. And there's a blistering cross across the face of goal. It's out for a goal kick. Seemed like Alex Rando had it covered up. And now we'll see New York City's first build off a goal kick. Alex Rando now 24. It's his 6th start. And goal for New York City. Long diagonal here. There's some space now for New York City. Now they'll slow things down. Carrizo again. Good pressure. Arojave did well. Arojave in the corner trying to spin. Arojave retains possession. Drew Baera, 18-year-old homegrown. Trip Fleming. And a good touch there. Good effort from Arojave. Signed his first team contract in January. Returning from a torn ACL sustained last season. He missed the preseason. Now his 3rd start of 2025 for Arojave. Good build up here from Chicago. Here comes Reynolds. Trip Fleming. Now Williams on the ball. Fleming, his 7th appearance. Diego Konings, the captain. Long switch. Casano couldn't quite get there. Throw in coming for New York City. It was deflected. It will be a corner kick for Chicago. Claudio Casano, 21-year-old Italian, will deliver. First corner kick of the afternoon for Chicago. Here it comes from Casano towards the near post. It falls. The shot is blocked. Fell nicely to Hulyut. That's clipped in. Easy catch there from Rando. Good turn from Carrizo, the goal scorer. Baera, Carrizo. Carrizo on his left, thinking about it, clips it through. Second ball falls inside the box. Elias tried to get there. Chicago's able to clear. One back by Elias. Elias. Well-weighted ball clipped in nicely there. Evan Lim got forward. Corner kick is coming. Corner kick for New York City. Two options for this one. Jacob Arojave and Evan Lim. Lim's a current academy player, age 17. His 6th start of the season for New York City tonight. Evan Lim, the defensive midfielder, to deliver this. That's flicked on at the near post. And it's wide, it's out for a goal kick. Into a crowd, but unable to test Patrick Lose. Our referee today is the American Thomas Snyder. Turnover, nearly again. Chicago living dangerously in its own end. Back pass for Lose. Good composure under pressure from Trip Fleming. Fleming into the channel. Kept in play by Reynolds, the homegrown player for Chicago. Nifty turn from Shukaluk, he draws a foul. Max Murray committed the foul. A yellow card is now shown.
A yellow card has been issued to New York City's number 29, Maximo Carrizo.
Maximo Carrizo given the yellow card for a little talking after the foul initially was called against Max Murray. The goal scorer Carrizo is in the book. You can see wind blowing in the direction of New York City's attacking goal. Chicago playing into the wind in the first half here in Queens. It's a good delivery. It's hit wide into a crowd. Dean Bolts was closest to it. 1 goal and 8 appearances for the 18-year-olds. Konings. Good defending. And Fleming was stood up. Excellent work in the pocket there from Peter Molinari. Dangerous ball that time. It's a turnover. Can Chicago capitalize? Final ball just a bit off, intended for Claudio Casano. Came off the foot of Vitali Holyut. And a throw in coming. After a scrum, it's Chicago with 4 in the attack. Pushed wide for Cassano. Claudio Cassano. Clever back heel. Reynolds, and it's glancing off the goal frame. What a clever flick that was from Cassano for Justin Reynolds. Watch this. The Italian cuts inside, then back to his left. Reynolds' first time strike. Kisses off the crossbar. Best chance comes in the 18th minute for Chicago. A turnover from Chicago. Now they're in the box again. Corner kick is earned. Sustained pressure here from Chicago. They hit the goal frame and then seconds later force the turnover. Claudio Cassano to deliver this corner. Good work with the high press to force the corner from Shukaluk. Poor clearance, kept in play by Chicago. Reynolds, good turn of pace. The homegrown left back is pushing forward. That's whipped in nicely, but into the hands of Alex Rando. This portion of the match is brought to you by St. John's University, the official undergrad partner of New York City FC2. I'm Matt Peterson with you, Bellson Stadium in Queens. First of 3 meetings between Chicago and New York City this season. Chicago trying to snap a 5-match winless streak against New York City. Chicago played a 4-match road trip. They won the first against FC Cincinnati. They lost the next 3, conceding a total of 10 goals in those 3 games. They won twice at home, now back on the road. 3 wins and 1 defeat at home. 1 win, 3 defeats away from home. A tale of 2 cities so far for Chicago this season. Bounces off the corner flag. It's a New York City throw, and that's Piero Elias in his 4th season with New York City, doing the work in the corner. Konings. Claudio Cassano has Reynolds on the overlap. 2 versus 2 on this left side. Soft touch. Reynolds pulls it back. Holyout, his shot is into the hands of Rando. Vitaly Holyout, the 16-year-old with a good look from the edge of the box. Good work up the left side. Holyout found that pocket, unmarked, edge of the area, but a shot right at Alex Rando. Now, some room on the left for New York City. Peter Molinari, 16-year-old on a second-team contract, part of the 09 age group. Been a regular for Matt Pilkington this year. Molinari's 9th start of the season today. Carrizo runs it down in the corner, the goal scorer. Trying to combine with Jave, well defended by Chicago. Now here come the visitors, trying to spring the counterattack. Hulyut has earned a free kick and a yellow card will be shown. Hulyut was off to the races before the foul. Evan Lim, the 17-year-old current academy player who was just booked.
A yellow card has been issued to New York City's number 78, Evan Lim, in the 23rd minute.
So Lim in the book, joining teammate Maximo Carrizo. This is excellent here from Chicago. Hulyut off wide right. Shot blocked. And that was Peter Sudan, the 18-year-old, joining from his right back position. The ball is recovered by Trip Fleming. There's Sam Williams. Fleming down the line. Elias slows things down for New York City. Rando. Drew Baera, the homegrown player. Well-weighted ball. It's on once again for New York City. Foot save and headed clear. Maximo Carrizo, nearly his second of the first half, if not for a really good save from Patrick Lose. The timing was perfect on the run. And Carrizo came through. A toe poke towards the far post. Outstretched leg from Patrick Lose kept it out. Now, the timing of the runs has been awesome today for Maximo Carrizo, the 17-year-old. Learning the movement, when to enter the box. Now standing over this corner kick. This is towards the near post, into a dangerous spot. Headed away by John Alfadouf. Max Murray, long diagonal. Carrizo, the fulcrum of the attack today. Hard challenge near the sideline. Advantage will be played. Shukaluk. Drew contact, referee waved that off. It was 1 versus 3 for Shukaluk, and now it's a very stretched game. Carrizo. Jave. He may have been tripped from behind. Now a bit of a jersey tug. Jave back up on his feet and in possession. Peter Molinari. Evan Lim. Space on the right, Drew Baera. Baera gets to the top of the box. His shot deflected and saved by Patrick Lose. Brightest attacking moment today here from Drew Baera. He finds the space. He knows where he wants to go. 2 long touches and the shot clipped off the heel of Diego Konings there. Claudio Cassano. This is good from Chicago. Holyout pulls it back with Fleming. Diego Konings. John Alfadouf turned it over. Too direct on the counterattack possibility there for New York City. Justin Reynolds now. Good team defending from New York City. Turnover, good press from Chicago. Reynolds tees it up and his shot is blocked. Max Murray slid over at the right time as New York City tried to build directly to the pressure. A yellow card shown after the play to Piero Elias. He's in the book.
A yellow card has been issued to New York City's number 42, Piero Elias, in the 29th minute. Tarjeta amarilla en el minuto 29 para el número 42 de New York City, Piero Elias.
Corner kick, Chicago. And it's headed wide for a goal kick to New York City. This portion of the match is brought to you by Adidas, the official kit supplier for New York City FC2. Carrizo. Excellent balance there in traffic from Holyout. This portion of the match is brought to you by Adidas, the official kit supplier for New York City FC2. A 5th-minute goal. Maximo Carrizo, his 3rd in 7 appearances this season. There's a free kick. It's won by Elias. Sam Williams called for the foul. Sam Williams came up in the Red Bulls Academy before FC Motown. Now in his first season with Chicago. Grew up in this neck of the woods from Tenafly, New Jersey, before 3 seasons in North Carolina. Good vision, it's on here for Arojave. Jacob Arojave. Carrizo. Back to his left, Carrizo goes for a goal. The shot is headed clear by John Alfadouf. Maximo Carrizo has been excellent here in the first half. He scored, he has been dangerous since. Unpredictable. Will he go right or left? He has that preferred left foot, but we've seen him go right as well today. Corner kick for New York City. Towards the spot. First time strike off the mark. Fell quite nicely there to Drew Baera. Chicago will build with his goalkeeper, Patrick Lose. Kraft here from Chicago. Polyutes, wide on the right. Back to his left foot. Ran out of steam. Spills out to Sam Williams. Former Tar Heel with the switch for Claudio Cassano. That's to the back post and a punch away from Alex Rando. Well read by the goalkeeper for New York City, Alex Rando. This one comes back in, headed backward. Chickaluk trying to get there. Now it's Reynolds. Reynolds wide, Claudio Cassano. Cassano deflected shot. No deflection, it's a goal kick. Patient build here from New York City. Max Murray. Baera. 1-2. Baera! Slowed down at the near post. Good step forward for Max Murray. Carrizo. Attacks the space. Carrizo thought about the left foot. Gets it back edge of the box. Still Carrizo. Now he's dispossessed. More good pressure from New York City. And a corner kick is coming. Jacob Aroyave did the work. He's the homegrown player, age 17. Tore his ACL last season, missed this preseason. Now he starts for the third time this year. Here's his corner kick. Floated towards the back post, headed clear. Here's Chris Teo, 23-year-old in his second season. Making his 9th start of the year today. It's a good switch. Elias turns the corner. He has 3 runners in the box. Elias has a shot, it's blocked. Chicago partially clears. Evan Lim wins it back. Max Murray. Entry ball, pull back. Aroyave. Jacob Aroyave. Near the corner, Aroyave. And a foul called after the fact, hard challenge. And Thomas Snyder, our referee, saw it, called the foul. Free kick coming for New York City. Evan Lim or Jacob Arojave. It is Lim. And the referee was not quite ready for the set piece. This will be done again. Evan Lim's a 17-year-old current academy player for New York City. Arojave, the recent homegrown signing. Again, it'll be Lim. Towards the near post. That was a good ball, but well defended by Chicago. Murray heads it central. Shook a look. Shakes his defender. Still on the ball here. Justin Reynolds. Fleming wide. John Alphadouf. A turnover in a bad spot. Here come New York City. Bursting forward the other way. Seymour Reed. It's Reed dispossessed. Really good tackle from John Alphadouf. Corner kick is coming. It's been a quiet first half from Seymour Reed, but you can see the pace after that turnover put him in alone. Seymour Reed, the 17-year-old Jamaican, on a second-team contract. Hat trick a few weeks ago against New York Red Bulls in a 5-2 win. Corner kick coming. Now it's off the knee, a little back heel, cleverly done and cleared. Seymour Reed closest to it off the back heel. That came from Max Murray. Max Murray, first-year pro out of Vermont. 6'5", but had the skill and presence of mind for that little back heel in the path of Seymour Reed. Corner kick here for New York City. Evan Lim. Standing beside Jacob Arojave. Seventh corner kick of the half for New York City FC. Training staff will come on here for New York City. As Lim receives treatment, Arojave prepares for this corner in the 43rd minute. Clear call from Patrick Lose, the goalkeeper. This portion of the match is brought to you by Etihad Airways, the official airline partner of New York City FC2. Claudio Cassano for Chicago. Reynolds at the end line. Could not get the cross quite right. Reynolds hit the crossbar early in the first half with a similar opportunity. 5th-minute goal for the 17-year-old homegrown player, Maximo Carrizo. That's the difference in this one. His 3rd goal in 7 games this season with New York City FC too. Dangerous ball that time. Lim got a foot to it, but Chicago has won it back. A lot of red shirts in the attack. Initial cross is blocked. This is cleared. Sudan kept it in play. Throw in coming. A minimum of 2 minutes of first half stoppage time here at Bellson Stadium. Seymour Reed in offside position as he latched onto that ball. I had a good chat with Matt Pilkington about Seymour Reed this week. He said he's had a positive start to the season. Joined the first team for its last game. Scoring goals, great work rates, good movement, great desire to get into the box for Seymour Reed. Very high learning capacity according to the head coach, Matt Pilkington. Castillo heads away. Battling with Dean Bolts. Generation Adidas pick, number 3 overall by Chicago out of Wisconsin. And that ball sent it a long way, a bit misread by Rando. He got a hand near it, let it go for a goal kick. First of 3 meetings this season between New York City and Chicago, and New York City continuing its trend and recent history of this series, leading 1-0, a 5th-minute goal from the 17-year-old homegrown player Maximo Carrizo. It was a well-taken goal off a good build-up up that right side. Our score at halftime from Bellson Stadium in New York. New York City FC 1, Chicago Fire 0. First half highlights and a look at our upcoming schedule are later, but first, April Marie Aguilar made her way to the land of 1,000 lakes to visit Minnesota United FC. She sat down with head coach Jeremy Hall in this week's Coach's Corner.
Welcome to this episode of Coach's Corner. I'm April Marie Aguilar. Joining me today is Jeremy Hall, head coach of Minnesota United FC2. How are you doing today, Coach?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. You've been with the club since its inaugural season in 2022. What does it feel like to you to have been with this organization since its inception?
Yeah, I've been very blessed, to be honest. I've gotten to work with some really good coaches here. I've learned a lot, and then to be able to step into a role as a head coach, I think just from a personal standpoint, I'm still learning and finding myself, and really grateful for the club to give me such a big role at the club. And so I'm really excited to be here, going on year 4, and just looking to continue the success that we've had so far.
And what ultimately inspired you to even want to become a coach?
Ooh, that's a good question. Just from playing, I've had some really good coaches, some really bad coaches, and I always just felt like, I just want to be able to mentor and be around the guys. You can only play for so long. I still feel like being on the field is the next best thing, and so being able to share some of those experiences, positive and negative, that I've learned, through other coaches, and just being involved in the game, I just felt like I would love to give back. And so I love my time on the field. I love being able to build relationships with the players. I love to help them get to where they ultimately want to be, and play at a high level. And so be able to help share those experiences and be on the field, it's been awesome.
And you mentioned having played professionally, and you did 8 seasons in Major League Soccer. Given your experience as a player, aside from mentoring, what else do you find yourself now implementing into your coaching career?
Just really being myself and just being real. A lot of coaches want to talk tactics, and I think that's a big part of the game, but for me, I talk more behaviors and being aggressive and playing with intensity, and for me, hating to lose. And so if you can show up every day and try and get better, I think at the end of the day, you give yourself a better chance to be successful, because at this level that we're at, there's a lot of good players, and for me, it's how do you separate yourself. And so I believe just like working hard, winning your individual duels. I like to say just like being a dog on the field. I think that can, really get you into that next level.
And how do you feel like that gives you an advantage, even having been a player, to just become more or build stronger relationships with your players?
Well, I think the relationship piece is soccer aside. It's getting to know these kids and their families, and how they're doing in school, and what are they doing on the weekends away from away from the field. And so I feel like whether they're playing, whether they're not, whether in a good moment, whether in a bad moment, in the second team space, we have guys coming down, so everybody's headspace is totally different. And so for me, it's just trying to be, I guess, a friend, first and foremost, just somebody that they can confide in. And then when they're on the field, when those relationships are built, I can really push them and try and demand all the other stuff out of them. And so for me, I really pride myself on that.
Lob ball up ahead, shipped over the keeper. Oh, how about that? The ball ends up with Chandler. He controls inside the box, flips it back in, and another goal for Minnesota.
And now going into year 2 as a leader of this team, how do you personally feel like you've grown, not just as an individual, but as a coach just within this year?
Yeah, well, you have the final say in a lot of things like that, right? And so when you're building out a training week, a training month, the details that go into the training session, when you're traveling, what flight do you want to get on, all these different things, everything comes to you. And so really being organized, really being just open, right? Like our assistant coach have a lot of say in that, right? Like I don't like to take everything and just giving them the platform to, be able to coach and lead like that. And so making everything super collaborative, I can step back at times and kind of put myself in when I need to, but sharing the space with the other coaches and the players has made me just be me.
And I admire that about you, is as soon as we told you that you were named Coach of the Month, you right away were like, it's not just me, you know, it is a team and a collaborative effort. Ultimately for the team, what would you consider a successful season?
That's a hard one in our space. For me, I always believe that winning is a part of development. And so I think with anything, if you're going into a season, I think everybody says we want to make the playoffs, we want to win the championship. I think when you look at it like that from perspective, yeah, that's great. In our space and development, we want to help these guys get into the first team. And so when I see some of the guys like, you know, Alex Smear play with the first team or Loic play with the first team, you know, some of the first team guys that are returned to play, DJ Taylor getting in and Sam Shishoa, when these guys come into our space, it makes me feel good because, you know, they're getting fitter, they're getting stronger, they're getting more confident, and, you know, hopefully we can continue to see more guys from the second team get into the first team.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you guys this season, Coach. And we can't wait to see what else is in store for you all.
Thank you so much.
But in the meantime, y'all, this is it for this episode of Coach's Corner. Be sure to tune in to our next episode to see who I'll be talking to with next. We'll catch you guys next time. For now, I'm April Marie Aguilar. Bye.
I know I'm really attractive. I'm hanging on like a fridge to a magnet. The jigsaw with all the right pieces. You and me, we go good together. You and I go good together. You and I, we go good together. We go good together.
Welcome back, Belson Stadium in New York. 5th-minute goal from the 17-year-old Maximo Carrizo. The difference so far, New York City leading at home 1-0. We will look ahead to the league's upcoming schedule in a moment, but first, on our visit to Minnesota, April Marie Aguilar had a chance to sit down and meet 22-year-old forward Logan Dorsey for this week's player profile.
MLS NEXT Pro.
Thank you again for joining me on this episode of Player Profile. I'm April Marie Aguilar, and today joining me is Logan Dorsey of Minnesota United FC2. Thanks so much for the time, Logan.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. Well, just this December, you were selected by Minnesota United in the Super Draft. Then you signed with the team in March.
Yep.
Then in just your second game, you scored your first goal, followed by a brace in the next. Describe to me what these last couple of months have been like for you.
Yeah, no, it's been quite a whirlwind, no doubt. I mean, you know, coming in, getting drafted, you know, an unbelievable feeling, and you get a call saying, hey, you have 2 weeks to come and prove yourself, and it's like, great, like, let's do it. And no, so it was great, you know, to get experience with the first team and to kind of get in that environment and see what it's like, and then, you know, an unbelievable feeling to sign a second team contract and you know, kind of get that going and get that process going is awesome. And, you know, coming in and scoring a few goals is great. You know, I'm glad to be able to help the team. So it's been fun, an experience for sure.
And what would a successful season look like for you?
For me, a successful season is, you know, our goal as a team is to win it all. You know, we want to win the league, and I strongly believe that we have the ability to do that with the players that we have and the talent we have, you know, coming up and down from the first team, you know, all the switches. Like, I feel like we've embraced that really well as a group early on in the season, and I think we're going to continue to do that.
Now I want to talk a little bit about your brother, because he plays for Houston Dynamo. What was the competitive nature like between the two of you growing up?
That's a good question. You know, I think the competitive nature when we were kids was always wanting to beat each other. I think that blossomed into a really great relationship that I have with him now, more of a support role than a competitive role. But, you know, of course, as kids, like, you want to be better, you want to beat him, and, you know, I think that helped propel both of us into, you know, taking the next step in our careers. So I think it was a positive, but now that it's blossomed into a good, comforting relationship, I think it's great.
And his journey, I mean, how has that influenced your own approach to the game?
Yeah, it's, you know, he's given me a lot of support throughout my career. You know, I've obviously, as every career does, like, you have a lot of struggles and you have a lot of things and going on. And I think that his help to me has been, like, without words, it's been probably the greatest thing in my career so far. Like, having someone like him that's been through it all, that's been through what I'm going through is unbelievable. So having that support system is great, and I can't thank him enough for that.
And you mentioned struggles. How have those struggles actually led you to where you are now?
Yeah, I think, you know, I would say the biggest thing for an aspiring pro athlete is being able to deal with struggle. And, you know, dealing with struggle is hard for a lot of people, and it's hard for everybody. So being able to deal with that and kind of take positives and little things away from everything that you're doing, even when you're in one of those slumps, is like, I think that's the greatest thing you can do as an athlete.
And is there a specific moment or perhaps piece of advice that Griffin has provided you that's had a significant impact on you?
I would say the biggest thing that he's done for me is kind of just been there. He's been there, you know, through the successes and saying, hey, like, you know, maybe you don't need to get so high on this, or, you know, when you're in a low, like, hey, you know, you're good, like, you're right where you need to be. Like, I think kind of just being there constantly throughout the entire process has been great. Like, kind of keeping me in balanced is one thing that he does really well, which I really appreciate.
And you're certainly lucky because you do have a brother who's a professional.
Yeah.
But with that being said, how important is it to just have that support system?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it's everything. I struggle with it because I think everybody needs it, and I'm so grateful that I have it, but not everybody has it, you know? So I think, you know, it's a great advantage for me, and maybe being able to pass on some of the information that he gives to me to other players that are struggling within our team and, you know, close friends, I think is great to be able to do.
I love that. Well, best of luck to you and your team, Logan.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Player Profile. Be sure to tune in next time to see who I'll be talking to. For now, I'm April Marie, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Action.
If I got it, then I bought it. Take a bite, cause I want it. And I know I got the taste for the cake, and I take what I make and I flaunt it. Got diamonds on my necklace. I live how I like, so looks is getting reckless. I'm feeling myself, and you can't break my vibe. I'm feeling myself, and you can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe. You can't break my vibe.
Belson Stadium in New York, the home side, New York City leads Chicago 1-0. A fifth-minute goal for Maximo Carrizo, his third in 7 games this season. We look at highlights, the first of 3 meetings between these teams, peaking in the Eastern Conference. Friday afternoon kickoff from Queens. And early on, here's the turnover. Jacob Arojave has one at the homegrown player, connecting with another, Maximo Carrizo. Touch inside, then to his left, and he beats Patrick Close. His third MLS Next Pro season, he gets his 3rd goal. And then Chicago with the chance to immediately find the tying goal. Casano, clever back heel onto the on-rushing homegrown Justin Reynolds, and he hit it off the goal frame. This was Reynolds pulling it back. Vitaly Holyut, the U.S. U17 national team player, could not beat Alex Rando. And then more from New York City. This was nearly a brace in the first half for Maximo Carrizo. Well saved by Patrick Close. And then Drew Bayer, the homegrown player for New York City, pushed forward. His shot was deflected into the hands of Patrick Close. New York City was the better team in that first half, a deserved lead. We look at the rest of match week 11 in MLS Next Pro. 1 game tomorrow, Chattanooga hosts New England. 5 on Sunday, Inter Miami visits Philadelphia. Columbus hosts Red Bulls. FC Cincinnati will visit Crown Legacy. Colorado welcomes the town, and North Texas will visit Tacoma, Washington. 2 on Wednesday, Real Monarchs hosting Portland. Vancouver visits Minnesota, and 3 to open up match week 12 next weekend. New York Red Bulls hosts Atlanta, Crown Legacy on the road at Toronto. Houston Dynamo stays in state to take on Austin FC. A windy day. One change at halftime for Matt Pilkington. Julian Locker, the 17-year-old academy player, replaces the goal scorer Maximo Carrizo. A good 45-minute shift from the homegrown player, third goal of the season. He comes off at halftime.
Number 64, Julian Locker, came in replacing number 29, Maximo Carrizo. Cambio de New York City a medio tiempo. El número 64, Julian Locker, entró reemplazando al número 29, Maximo Carrizo.
Julian Lacker has been excellent this season, very productive. Part of the 07 group. Current academy player, a halftime sub for Maximo Carrizo. 3 goals, 4 assists this year in 11 appearances, scoring once in 15 games last year. Here comes Chicago with Justin Reynolds flying forward on the left side. Entry ball is defended well. Entry ball well defended, goal kick coming. Chicago contesting that, should be a corner. Crunching challenge and a shrill whistle from our referee Thomas Snyder. A talking to here for Piero Elias. Escapes a booking. Matt Pilkington talking to me this week about Julian Lacker. Talked about the academy player that's come through the system. Good dribbler, excellent 1v1 player. Not a lot of depth for New York City in the wide areas. A lot of responsibility for Lacker. Here's a free kick. About 35 yards from goal. Rando ready in front of his net. Rando stays home. It's defended well and clear. The first touch came from Max Murray, the big center back for New York City. Chicago has more shots than New York City, 9-7. New York City more corner kicks, 6-3. More possession for Chicago away from home, but yet to really find that tying goal. It might come here, top of the box, but a good touch that time. Max Murray, 6'5", long legs, able to clear danger like that. Chicago back the other way. Murray just stands him up. He's been excellent today. Max Murray starting for the 11th time this season for New York City. Chicago patient in possession here. Konings. Nice diagonal run. Chicago maintains possession. Bending effort was deflected and out for a corner kick. Vitaly Holyut, he has been dangerous, part of the U.S. U17s last August. Signed his first Fire 2 contract in March. Is sent into the back post and headed clear. Good change of pace. Excellent defending. Corner kick is won. That was Evan Lim into a slide to block the cross. Fourth corner of the afternoon for Chicago. Claudio Cassano delivers. Another headed clearance for Max Murray. Too long on the outlet ball from Patrick Lose. Turnover. Seymour Reed leaves it, bending effort into the hands of Los. Rosario Jave pinching in from that right wing position. They'll press alongside Seymour Reed here. Williams. Konings direct. Elias. Good pressure from Konings. But the final ball just a bit off for Chicago. Frustration mounting for the visitors. The last pass was closest to Peter Sudan. And this portion of the match is brought to you by St. John's University, the official undergraduate partner of New York City FC2. I'm Matt Peterson with you, Bellson Stadium in Queens. First of 3 meetings between these sides here in 2025. 5 straight games without defeat for New York City against Chicago, going back a few seasons. Chicago thought there was a foul. Referee Thomas Snyder had a good view. He said play on. New York City does. 3-on-3 here. Long touch. And a recovery run was excellent there to get in front of Drew Baera. That was the right back for New York City with a run all the way from midfield. Molinari. The long switch, nobody there for New York City. Trip Fleming. Dean Bolts out of University of Wisconsin. Generation Adidas player tees it up and goes for goal, but he cannot hit the target. A good thought there for Dean Bolts. Big Ten Freshman of the Year last year with 10 goals and 4 assists. And he gets central. They feel like they have him surrounded, but 2 clever touches set up that shot. Chicago now with 12 shots, 8 for New York City, but the home team is leading. Excellent tackle. Rosario Jave. He's not released Seymour Reed. Elias is joining. The switch from Reed for Elias. He will get there with 2 defenders nearby. He pulls it back. First time cross is cleared. It was Chris Teo, the left back, joining the attack. Here's Teo on the ball. Teo, the captain. T.O. crossing, it's spilled, and it's cleared off the line. Seymour Reed had a good look at goal, but two Chicago defenders were there in behind Patrick Los. Oh, very nearly a 2-goal lead now for New York City. Either Reynolds or John Alpha Doof, the hero for Chicago with the clearance off the line. Murray. Maera, wide right. Good pressure from New York City. Advantage is played after the turnover. Lucky has earned a corner kick. Corner kick for New York City. It's taken short. Clipped in from the right. Murray's header goes backward. Settling touch, laid down. Another shot is blocked. And that shot through traffic is blocked again. Colin McCamey had the shot. Corner kick, New York City. Defended well at the near post by Chicago. New York City slowing it down. Game management up a goal past the hour mark. Jave, well-weighted ball. Los clears. Pressure from New York City leads to a turnover. Another corner kick is coming. Good work from Drew Bayer, the homegrown player. Signed 2 summers ago with the first team. Jacob Arojave. Or Evan Lim to deliver this. 2 changes will be made here by Matt Pilkington and New York City. Uriel Zeitz will replace Jacob Arojave, and the other change, Sebastiano Muzu will come on here for Seymour Reed. Uriel Zeitz, second team player, age 24. And Sebastian Muzu, also a second team player, and 24 as well. Here's the corner, headed out. Cross was blocked. A relatively thin bench for Chicago today, besides the backup goalkeeper David Melenda. 5 substitutes. That shot is wide. One of his first touches off the bench, Uriel Zeitz. Back for Patrick Lose. It's a good ball from Lose. Long diagonal towards the corner. He's earned a deep throw-in for his team after Drew Baera heads away. Here's a change for Mike Matkovic. Juan Miguel Calle will come on to replace Vitaly Holyut. Among the positions listed for Chicago, center back, 2 right backs, a defensive midfielder, and a central midfielder. So somewhat limited attacking options in reinforcement for Chicago today. The first change is Juan Miguel Calle on for Holyut. Here's Reynolds into the box. He had the last touch. It's a goal kick now for New York City. This portion of the match is brought to you by Adidas, the official kit supplier for New York City FC2. Juan Miguel Calle, his second season with Chicago Fire 2. Colin McCamey, his 11th start. He's partnering Max Murray today. Molinari. Excellent ball from Max Murray. Lackey up the right side. The cross comes in. A yellow card is shown here for that challenge in midfield. The last yellow card to the defensive midfielder for New York City, Peter Molinari, 16-year-old, part of the 09 age group.
Peter Molinari in the 68th minute. Tarjeta amarilla en el minuto 68 para el número 71 de New York City, Peter Molinari.
And here's a yellow card. A moment of transition for Max Murray. So Murray becomes the 4th current New York City player on the field to be booked. Carrizo was booked in the first half. He was subbed off. Elias, Molinari, Lim, and Murray now on a yellow.
Issue to New York City's number 23, Max Murray, in the 69th minute. Tarjeta amarilla en el minuto 69.
Cool story. Max Murray out of Kennebunkport, Maine. Part of the national championship team for Vermont men's soccer last year. 17th overall pick by New York City. Signed a first-team contract after a good preseason. Program record 91 appearances at Vermont. Moment of transition here. Here comes New York City up the right side. Lockie. Well defended. That was really well done by Reynolds. Just stood him up. Gets a really good attacking player. Come New York City, right through the middle. That bending shot will not trouble Patrick Lose. Now it came from Sebastiano Muzu. Good layoff here, Kaye. Reynolds, really good tackle. Against a full head of steam and Drew Baera. But the offside flag comes up against Jason Shukaluk. Scoring by committee for Chicago this season. 9 different goal scorers. Shukaluk with 2. Cassano with 2. John Alfadouf also with 2. Goal scoring hasn't been as easy away from home. 1 win in 4 tries. 4 goals scored away from home. 11 goals conceded before today. Direct ball here, dangerous. And really good from Lose off his line to settle that. And now a direct ball, good defending there. Sliding over was Colin McCamey. And supporting Max Murray, his center back partner. Here's McCamey on the ball. McCamey played in Northwestern from Raleigh, North Carolina. Drafted in the 2nd round by New York City this year. Good pressure and win there from Lim. Possibilities for New York City. The shot was blocked. Appeals for handball. Waved off. Second chance here. Good sliding challenge. Possession retained by New York City. Lacker pulls it back. Elias right across the face of goal. Still in play for New York City. Leading 1-0 here in the 75th minute. Molinari. Colin McCamey. Piero Elias. Molinari. It has begun to rain here in Queens, New York on this Friday afternoon. This portion of the match is brought to you by Etihad Airways, the official airline partner of New York City FC2. A pelting rain in Queens. A flicked header. There's Dean Bolts. Back for Sudan. Sudan will try and get inside the box. Pulls it back now. Kaye clips it in, too far for his teammates. Juan Miguel Kaye tried to clip that to the back post, just too much mustard on it. And now a goal kick here for New York City. Rando. Foul behind the play. Thomas Steiner, the referee, checking on things. Training staff will come on here for Chicago. A player down for the Fire. Justin Reynolds, the 20-year-old homegrown player, is the injured player for Chicago. Now back to his feet. Couple changes there for Chicago, and it's head coach Matt Matkovic. Geni Kenyane, the South African defender, comes on. And he replaces Justin Reynolds, who was receiving treatment, and Peter Sudan comes off. Harold Osorio, more attack-minded player, replaces him. Osorio and Kenyane both enter for Chicago in this driving rainstorm in Queens. Chicago probing, looking for this tying goal. Trip Fleming. Corner kick coming now for Chicago. Towards the near post, easy headed clearance for Max Murray. Sam Williams joining on that left side for Chicago. Empty man, back post, clipped in, settled down from the spot. Shot is blocked, still here for Chicago. A deflection, it is over the line. A tying goal for Chicago here in the 82nd minute. Sustained pressure after the rainstorm. And we'll see who takes credit for this one. It was a team goal, surely, for Chicago. Chested down. First shot blocked. And that's the man. Dean Bolts, his second of the season. Slight deflection on its way in, but the Big Ten Freshman of the Year from Wisconsin has leveled things for Chicago. He had 10 in his first college season last year. He has 2 in his first pro season. That's his last action. He will come off here after scoring. And Bolts will stay in this game. I thought he was going off for a sub. It's more of a hydration moment for him. So he gets water. He'll stay on the fields. A Bolt with his second pro goal in his 9th professional game. Now Chicago has a chance for a go-ahead goal. Seconds after the kickoff, Murray had a good challenge there. Referee had a good view. Rando off his line for the loose ball. There's Bolts. Good layoff that time. Nice turns of pace from Osorio. The goal kick is coming. Claudio Cassano in the box, trying to find space on that right side. And Chicago, buoyed by that tying goal, now has new life, 5 in the attack. And the final ball just a bit off. It was Harold Osorio, plays for El Salvador, too heavy with the ball as he tried to lead Claudio Cassano. Bent in delivery, Rando claims. '87th minute. Dean Bolt's tying goal, canceling out the opener for Maximo Carrizo. Quick restart. Elias. Now Chicago with a deep block. Piero Elias. Direct ball now. 4-on-2 for Chicago. Back post ball is cleared. Shukaluk expected a run that never came. Shukaluk tried that deft ball back across the face of goal. Now the 89th minute from Queens. Patient build, the cross comes in, it's towards the spot, and it's hit over the bar. Such a patient team move. The shot fell. There's a foul call. Free kick is won. It was Geni Kanyane, the South African substitute, who overhit the shot from the edge of the box. Back for Los. Good vision from Los. He's found Harold Osorio. El Salvadoran. Good weight, there's a shot, it's blocked, it's alive now. There's a go-ahead goal. Claudio Cassano in the 90th minute has delivered a lead for Chicago. Oh, this move begins all the way back with the goalkeeper, Patrick Los. He picked the first pass wisely. He found space on the left. Watch this start from Los, through many defenders to Osorio, the substitute. He has time to carry it in the final third. One pass, another deflected cross, unmarked Claudio Cassano is third of the season. Chicago has completely flipped the script. Oh, trailing 1-0, facing a driving rainstorm. The tying goal came from the rookie Dean Bolt. They get the go-ahead goal from the Italian and AS Roma product, Claudio Cassano. A few changes prepared for both teams. Looks like New York City's bringing 2 on. Chicago preparing for 1. Desperate times for New York City. They led 1-0 into the 82nd minute before the tying goal from Dean Bolts. Now some space on the left. Molinari. Wide again. Cross comes in. Corner kick here for New York City in the 94th minute. Will they make the changes? Now they will. Changes for this corner kick.
Chicago substitution in the 94th minute, coming on as number 43, Olu Oyengule. He replaces
Olu Oyengule
Oyengule
from Brampton, Ontario, age 23.
Olu Oyengule por el número 28, Dean Bolts.
Short corner kick. Headed clear. And a free kick is won. And a good spot. Dean Bolts, the goal scorer, just came off for the Ontario native, Olu Oyengule. Uriel Zeitz will deliver this restart. We're in the 5th minute of second half stoppage time. Guarino came on for Lim. Here's the restart, headed out. Sunjic was the other entry a moment ago for New York City. Flip towards the back post. Konix heads away, overhead kick. It's a tying goal for New York City in the 95th minute. Overhead kick equalizer. And level at 2. Sebastiano Muzu. A flair for the dramatic. Watch this from Muzu. The second phase of this restart. 81, middle of the screen, overhead kick for the tying goal, 90 plus 5.
Goal, New York City! Scored in the 95th minute by number 81, Sebastiano Musu. For Musu, that's his second goal of the season. Gol de New York City.
Second goal this season from Musu.
Número 81, Sebastiano Musu. Para Musu es su segundo gol de la temporada. So New York City substitution.
And that's the last action of the game. We will go to a penalty shootout after Musu's overhead kick tied the score at 2. Go-ahead goal in the 90th minute from Claudio Cassano. And a tying goal from Musu in the 95th. Full time, New York City 2, Chicago Fire 2 will be back with the penalty shootout from Queens.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to penalty kicks to decide today's match. There will be a 5-minute intermission followed by 5 rounds of to determine how winning.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Wins it!
At the end of regulation, since the teams are tied on the scoreboard, the match will extend to a shootout, with each team having 5 attempts. If the teams are tied after 5 attempts, they will go to sudden death. The shootout winner will receive an extra point in the regular season standings.
Here is the point system. Here is the point system in MLS Next Pro. If you win a regulation, you get 3 points. If you win a shootout, you get 2 points. A shootout loser gets 1, and a regulation loser gets 0 points. Some highlights from this one. What a game we've had so far in Queens. This one was the 5th minute opener. The 17-year-old homegrown Maximo Carrizo found this pocket on this right side, got the feed from Arojave. 2 touches to finish, 3rd goal in 7 appearances this season for Carrizo. New York City flying to start. Then in the 82nd minute, untracked to the back post. Some sloppy, soft defending here from New York City. And after a long time in the box, it ends up a tying goal for the Wisconsin product. Dean Bolt's his 2nd of his first pro season. That tied things up in the 82nd minutes. Then in the 90th minute, Claudio Cassano, the former AS Roma Academy player, number 51, right side of your screen, unmarked, nobody knows he's there, and this is a tap-in for Cassano. It looked like a potential winner for Chicago away from home in the 90th minute, but New York City made a couple changes, they got a set piece, and they would capitalize. First header not good enough. Sebastiano Musu, an overhead kick for the Italian. What a goal it was, his 2nd of the season. That was 90 plus 5 to tie things for New York City. And now we will go to the spot. Chicago has not had a penalty shootout this season. New York City has had 2. They have won 1. They have lost 1 shootout. Most recently, a loss against FC Cincinnati a few weeks ago. New York City will take the first kick from the spot. I'm going right back. Drew Baera will go first. Patrick Lose, the goalkeeper for Chicago, trying to deny Drew Baera. Baera slots the first opportunity. Cool finish from Baera, who did not take a penalty in the last shootouts. The first penalty taker in that shootout was Seymour Reed, who has been substituted in this game. Harold Osorio, part of the build-up for the second goal. Second half substitute for Chicago goes to the spot here. And his penalty is saved. Alex Rando guesses the right way and makes the stop. Good stop from Alex Rando. Piero Elias, he made his penalty in the last shootout for New York City. And this time he converts again. He went second last time, he goes second this time as well, and New York City leads 2-1. Now the goal scorer. He thought he had a game winner. Claudio Cassano scored in the 90th minute. Now he goes to the spot. Rando in his second penalty shootout this season was in goal against FC Cincinnati. And that one is off target, high and wide. One saved, one missed by Chicago, and now New York City in pole position after 2 rounds. You can see him dip the shoulder and fall back. A miss from Claudio Cassano. 2-0 New York City after 2 rounds. Uriel Zaitz, the 24-year-old, goes to the spot. He did not take a penalty in the last one. No, did it cross the line? It did. Seemed to fool Patrick Lose by that quick attempt. He did not step back at all. He was standing by the spot. The whistle blew. Look at Lose complain that the ball did not cross the line, but the assistant referee had a view. Watch this. One step back, one shot. Lose is certain it did not cross the line, but the assistant referee was right there, had a perfect view of it. And now a must make for Chicago. Shukaluk must make this, and he has. It's now 3-1 after 3 rounds. New York City can clinch it with this next kick. Now Patrick Lose needs a save. 3-1 New York City after 3 rounds. The captain goes to the spot. It's Chris Teo, the 23-year-old in his second season with New York City. He made a penalty his last time. This time to win it for New York City, and it's saved. He went down the middle, and Patrick Lose did not move. Pretty brave from the goalkeeper. He just stood up the captain. Tao made the last one. And Teo does not make this one. The door open a bit for Calle, the Colombian substitute. Came on in the second half. Juan Miguel Calle. And he converts past the dive of Rando. Now 3-2 New York City after 4 rounds. Another chance to win it for New York City here as we see Calles make. It's the overhead kick hero, Sebastiano Muzu, to win it for New York City here in round 5. Muzu converts! 2 points for New York City. He had the tying goal. He has the closing penalty to win it for New York City. Oh, it felt like points dropped for a while there for New York City. A 1-0 lead turned to a 2-1 deficit before the substitute, Sebastiano Muzu, had the overhead kick 90+5 to tie it, and then he converts the 5th round penalty for a 4-2 shutout win. And that will do it from Queens. New York City wins the first meeting of the season with Chicago 2-2 after full time, a penalty shootout win 4-2. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, including our producer, Steffi Aguilar, I'm Matt Peterson, saying so long from Belson Stadium. New York City takes the 2 points. Chicago heads home with 1. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Good night from Queens, New York.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.